AAA gun safety with your tip of the week, failure drills, subset, tap, rack, shoot. I'll be using my Glock Model 23 for demonstration purposes. Let me make sure it's safe. All right, this gun is now safe. If you carry a semi-automatic pistol for self-defense or any other reason, but especially self-defense, it's super important that you know how to clear jams or failures. Typically, there's 4 common type of jams. 3 of them are very similar, one's a little different. The first 3 could be a failure to fire, which means you pull the trigger, gun goes click, nothing happens. The next one could be a failure to eject, in which you fire, round goes off, but nothing happens, you shoot again, click. And the third one is something called a stovepipe, and it'll look something like this. And the fourth one is the double feed, and this is where you have possibly either a round or an empty shell in the chamber, and you have a second one feeding, and that one requires an extra step. And I'll go into that one a little later. So typically, you address the first 3 types of malfunctions the same way. I'm going to remove the magazine just for simplicity. So, you shoot, gun goes click, nothing happens. The drill is very simple. You tap, you rack, and you shoot. That's it. Tap, rack, shoot. Doesn't matter if it's failure to fire, where you just went click, you tap, rack, shoot. Or failure to extract, tap, rack, shoot. Or even in our stovepipe scenario, tap, rack, shoot. A lot of different schools. Some people say scrape the top, etc. I was taught tap, rack, shoot. And you should practice these drills as often as you can, and in a little bit I'll show you how to create your own jams. For the double feed, I'm going to demonstrate using dummy ammo. I highly recommend that if you're going to do any sort of practicing or training at home, that you buy some dummy ammo and segregate it from your regular ammo and just use it when you're practicing. Now with the double feed, what will happen is, let's say you shoot, bang, slide comes back, picks up another round, didn't eject the old round, click, nothing happens. So you go into your drill automatically, tap, rack, shoot. Maybe you do it a second time, nothing. So now you need to strip the magazine out, and sometimes it gets stuck, so you gotta really pull it. Either hold it, or if you have a secondary magazine and it's a tactical situation, you could just drop it. What I meant to say is drop the one in your gun and replace it with your spare magazine. Now, rack, reinsert your magazine, rack, and shoot. Boom. And that should clear the jam. So let's review. For your 3 basic types, which is failure to fire, failure to eject, or stovepipe, the methodology is the same. Click, tap, rack, shoot. Tap, rack, shoot. That's it. You practice it, you practice it, you practice it. In the case that you get a double feed, tap, rack, click, tap, rack, click, nothing. Strip the magazine out. Either hold it, bring out a new magazine, rack, insert, rack, shoot. These are drills that should be second nature if you carry a semi-auto. Now, I had mentioned before that at the range you can create these jams. What you do is you take empty shells, and as you're loading your magazine, you load them with live shells, 1, 2, 3, and randomly place an empty. And then you do it again, a couple more shells, you do another empty. Now you do that with 2 or 3 magazines, mix them up. You won't know where the empties are at. And as you're shooting, you'll create your own jam, because once it strips one of these empties, the gun's not going to work, and you go into the drill. You'll automatically, it becomes part of muscle memory the more you practice it. In the video that you saw earlier, and now I'm going to play it again, you'll notice the routine. I'm shooting, and I have a jam. Have a jam, and I go right into the drill. And actually, there was a stovepipe, and the way I created the stovepipe, it doesn't happen every time. I put 2 empties together, back to back. So I'll have a jam, nothing will happen, tap, rack, shoot. It'll kick out an empty, and sometimes it'll pick up the second one sideways and create the stovepipe. The important part is incorporate these failure drills, these tap, rack, shoots, into your range time. So when you go to the range, always reserve some time to put some empties in your magazine and practice the drill. All right, AAA Gun Safety, be safe.